They didn't even flinch when they said it. My mother, my father, my sister, all standing in the hotel lobby with smiles too casual for the cruelty they were delivering. "There's no room for you," my mother said flatly. My father avoided my eyes. And then my sister laughed, her words dripping with venom. "We reserved rooms for me, my husband, and my child. We're the real family." I felt something burn in my chest. Not anger, not sadness, something colder. I smiled, nodded once. "Then I'll leave," I said quietly, and I walked out. They thought they had won in that moment. They didn't know that was the moment they lost. My sister had always been the golden one. Growing up, every birthday gift, every school award, every word of praise tilted her way. I told myself it didn't matter, that I was stronger for it, that I could endure. But the truth? I had been conditioned to swallow disappointment, to accept crumbs while she feasted. When she married, my parents practically emptied their savings for her wedding. They called it an investment in her happiness. When her child was born, they moved mountains to babysit, to provide, to adore. And me? I became the shadow, the helper, the afterthought. So when this trip was planned, a family bonding getaway, I knew better than to expect fairness. But still, a hotel room? My own bed? That was basic dignity. Even that they denied me. As I walked out of that hotel, their laughter echoing behind me, I remembered every slight, every dismissal. The forgetfulness when my birthday came around. The silence when I landed a job that would have made anyone else proud. The way my father once said, "Your sister gave us a grandchild. That's what really matters." Patterns, small cracks that formed into a canyon over years. And now the canyon had swallowed me whole. But betrayal is only devastating if you're unprepared. I wasn't. I had been studying them my entire life. I didn't rage. I didn't cry. I sat in a quiet cafe down the street, ordered black coffee, and watched my phone light up with their calls. Dozens. I ignored them all, because I knew something they didn't. They had booked the trip with my credit card. My father had begged me weeks ago, saying, "It'll just be easier if you handle the reservations. I'll transfer the money later." He never did. The hotel, the car rentals, even the private tour my sister was bragging about in the lobby, all under my name, my card, my control. They hadn't just mocked me, they had walked straight into my hands. I finished my coffee. Then I made the first call. The hotel manager answered. I explained that I was the cardholder, that there had been a mistake, that all charges under my name were to be canceled immediately. He hesitated, worried about the guests currently checked in. I leaned into the silence, then said firmly, "If you don't cancel, I'll dispute every charge with my bank. You'll lose it all." Click. Refund initiated. Next, the car rental. Same story, same result. Then the private tour. Gone. Within 40 minutes, the family trip had been reduced to ashes. I returned to the hotel at sunset. The lobby was chaos. My sister was shrieking at the staff, her husband pacing, my parents begging for explanations. When they saw me, their faces twisted with desperation. "Why didn't you answer our calls?" my mother cried. "There's been some mistake," my father said. I walked closer, calm, steady. No mistake. My sister glared, venom in her eyes. "What did you do?" she hissed. I leaned in just enough for her to hear, my voice like a blade. "You told me I wasn't family. Families don't stay on my card." The color drained from her face. Her husband muttered a curse under his breath. Even my parents went silent. One by one, they realized what had happened. No rooms, no tours, no cars, nothing. The hotel manager stepped forward nervously. "I'm sorry, but without the payment—" I raised a hand. "It's fine. I won't be staying either. And I turned my back on them, walking out once more. This time, their calls didn't follow, only silence. I booked myself into a different hotel across town, a suite, paid for with the money I saved by canceling theirs. That night, I sat on the balcony overlooking the city, wine glass in hand, the air cool against my skin. Did I feel guilty? No. They had written the script of this betrayal long ago. I had simply delivered the final act. For once, I wasn't the shadow. I wasn't the afterthought. I was the one in control. And the beautiful part? They would remember this trip for the rest of their lives. Not as a vacation, but as the day I stopped being their silent sacrifice. The day I became untouchable. I raised my glass to the night and whispered, "Family, isn't it?"